Greetings and welcome back to Room 303 and our chats with Emily as we are calling our readings through the poetry of Emily Dickinson. We are reading from the Johnson edition and we turn now to poem 447, a brief little four-line offering. Could I do more for thee? And in some ways, again, we're back to guessing as to who the you of this poem is. Many have seen this as a Sam Boyle's poem. Some have seen it as a teasing joke of a poem. And some have suggested that probably this set of lines went with a gift of flowers that was sent to Sam Boyle's. Our assumptions are that you've been following our stuff at learnstrong.net, down that left-hand side, Chats with Emily, our playlist. I'm hopeful that you worked through our set of introductory comments. We talked, obviously, about Boyle's and the Springfield Republican as one of the great editors of that. And then as well, I'm hopeful that you've read the preceding 446 poems so that you can set this poem within the context of the preceding poems. We just finished with 446. I showed her heights. And of course, in that study, we commented as well that it wasn't clear who was being referenced in terms of the pronouns. And here we're going to get the same game played again. This is how she says it, though. Could I do more for thee, wert thou a bumblebee, since for the queen have I not but bouquet. Now, it's interesting. I do more is only used one time in all of her poetry. And notice it comes in the form of a rhetorical question. Could I do more for thee? In other words, what she's really saying is, there isn't anything else that I could do more for you. Even if you were a bumblebee and I was the queen. Now, she'll use this word queen or queenly in 19 different poems. Have I not, as in nothing, but bouquet? And you'll remember bouquet from poems 93 and 342. The rhetorical question, of course, is obviously answered in the same way that we assume it to be answered in earlier poems that we studied, where the rhetorical question, like think of 444, where she asks two rhetorical questions, since obvious the answer is no on both of them. What is the point of this little poem at 2a? I think it's this argument that it's hard to feel that you've done everything you can for your pal and for attention from your pal, and you still are not being shown the appropriate level of attention. At 2b, the rhetorical questions, I think, are fun for Emily, and she can play. I mean, many have read this as kind of teasing, right? Hey, I can't do any more than this. I'll send you some flowers because, you know, if you're a bumblebee and I'm the queen, that's basically all that I can do. The ironic wit of Emily is what we're emphasizing here as well. Well, at 3a, obviously, the rhetorical questions and the ways in which she uses it. We mentioned 444. Go back to our study there. And finally, at 3b, what was a time when you were frustrated because you felt like you couldn't do any more than what you had done, and yet for some reason you're not being shown the appropriate respect? Thank you.